Third video in the Dox fuel filter changing series on a 2018 Ram 1-ton 3500. If you don't know what a 1-ton is, we are under the truck. As you can see, here's exhaust, here's drive shaft, there's the driver's side tire. That tire is not for my truck, that's for a GMC. But next time it's due for filters, there'll be videos on how to do it. That's a 2022 with the diesel. It's a really good truck. Just don't haul hay real well for what I haul. But that's the old lady's truck. She don't need to haul what I do. So the fuel filter is in the box that I just kicked out of the way. So these are 3 micron from Dox. Same premium, meets or exceeds, rigorously tested. It's a premium 3-layer media. I do not know what the micron is. I said 3 microns, but I meant 3-layer media. This is a rather heavy filter. That's the O-ring for your whiff sensor. I'll show you what the filter is and put it right back up. Here is what the filter looks like. Bottom ends where your whiff sensor, which is water in fuel is what it stands for. Top is what screws into the filter head. I'll set this back in the box for right now. So to do this bottom filter, you need some different tools than before. This is a smaller filter wrench. This is a jaw style. It's got some teeth here. Here is a larger one. Put it side by side so you can see the difference. Significant difference. That is not the only style filter wrenches. There's chain wrenches, there's band wrenches, there's strap wrenches, there's ones that look like sockets. They vary depending on the application. These are what I like to use. It'll work for equipment. They serve many applications. Instead of needing 10 or 15 different filter wrenches, a couple jaw style like that, there's serrations in them so you can adjust the size to what you need. They're not a really manufacturer specific. They're all, a lot of them made the same place, stamp different names on them. Just find one that fits your hand, feels good quality, doesn't feel real cheap, run with it. So for this filter, drain pan's behind us again. We'll take the drain pan, and the filter is right here by the drive shaft. This filter does make a mess whenever you change it. It is not a fun one to do. But keep your vehicle running, gotta do it. So I'm looking up at the filter right now, just so y'all know what's going on. There is a water and fuel sensor. As stated before, you do not have to unplug it. It is recommended to unplug it. And there is a drain on this filter. I encourage you to use the drain, because when you unscrew that water and filter sensor, you've got 1.5-inch hole, fuel pouring everywhere. Hit the drain, get the fuel out of your way. I'll show y'all where it's at right now. There is the filter. So here's your water and fuel sensor. This is the drain. This is the filter. That's the filter head, the gray part up there. So slide out of the way just a little bit. Take this sensor right here, and you just turn it. Some of these are kind of hard to turn, some aren't. Depends on the last person that worked on it. I'm gonna need to use both hands. So set the camera over here. Y'all kind of watch. There it goes. So as you turn it, you can see the fuel dripping off the drive shaft. The way they center these, it's right on the drive shaft. There's no way really around them for making a mess. Fuel splashes everywhere. So just roll out of the way a little bit, let it do its thing. I'm gonna pause it while it does this. Y'all don't need to see fuel drip. It's not that exciting. Fuel's done draining, you know that one, of course, when it quits running out the filter. So there's the plug. I already unplugged it for the whiff sensor. It's just a little tab, push it, pull it. I will show you what that tab and stuff looks like a little closer than trying to hold the camera up there and point it. Keep my big hands out of the way. I'm going to use my filter wrench. Use these smaller ones. They're a little easier to get up in there. Open them up some. That way you're not having to fiddle around with them as much at the top. And unscrew this filter. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. I put my one arm between the drive shaft and the exhaust. My other arm goes right up between the exhaust and the frame rail. Then you're going to grab the filter and you're going to turn. So I do like to leave this sucker with the drain open, because as you turn it, you get a little air in there, some more fuel might drain out. If it does, just roll out of the way. And as you can see, we have a lot more wanting to drain. diesel. So right here is the whiff sensor. Get this paper towel. Get all this fuel off my hands. Excuse me for a minute while I clean up a little. Look presentable for the camera. Not really, I don't give a shit. But right here is the whiff sensor. So, the whiff sensor plug, I mean. So, right there's a tab. It's a little tit hanging out. You just push that tab, pull it out, and that'll unplug it. So to unthread this, go ahead and close your drain. That way it's already closed for when you put the new filter in and you prime the system up. Now, diesel is slippery. This is why I have 2 filter wrenches out here. Oh, there it is to show y'all. It's the big one. Oh, grab the filter. And hold it, squeeze. Grab your other filter wrenches, run them all the way down tight. And I didn't grab my smaller pair. Alright, we're back. Had them on top toolbox, didn't grab them. So take your filter pliers, grab the filter, hold it, take some slip joint pliers big enough, and rotate off that whiff sensor. Now, a lot of times these whiff sensors get put in too tight and they strip. Unthread it. Once you break it free of the pliers, don't tangle your sensor wires up. Them sensors are not cheap. And this is what it looks like. Once the water raises, it creates a short circuit essentially. Water is a conductor, makes the current jump through the water, trips the light in the dash, tells you got too much water. Drain it off through this drain where I drain the fuel, light goes out, you're good. If you drain this and no water comes out and it's straight fuel and the light doesn't go off, this is more than likely bad. You can take a voltmeter, you can ohm it out, or you can check to see if it has a continuity between it. It should be open. If you put a voltmeter in here and you check your resistance and it's got resistance with no water, then you know the sensor is bad. You need to get a new one. Same thing, pinch your O-ring. This takes kind of relatively stronger hands to do. If not, flat blade screwdriver works well. When you're a mechanic for a long time, you develop rather strong hands. This O-ring is going to give me a fight because I'm on camera. But I'll just teach it a lesson. There we go. Nope. There's your O-ring. Discard it. Clean your hands as best you can before you put your new O-ring on there. You don't want to contaminate anything. Fuel systems are critical. There's the O-ring. Put on your whiff sensor down on the bottom. Set that on paper towel. Take your fuel filter and your whiff sensor, thread it in. Notice how I'm threading, I'm letting the harness move with it, holding the harness kind of in my hand so the wires don't get twisted up. You don't want to twist them. Snug this up by hand, just grab around it, turn it, and that's all you need to do. Take your filter, you rub a little fuel on the top of it. I just go up to the filter head, there's a little fuel residual up there. Rub it on that O-ring. Helps the O-ring from sticking. Get up. And you're going to thread it on. This is the harder of the part because you're above your head. Let me try my other hand. Get a better angle on it. Okay, this is not going on. Threads look to be the same. There we go. Just takes a little spinning around. Once you get it tight, only need to go about a quarter turn past tight and plug your whip sensor back in. You don't plug it in, it will trip a light on the dash, and you don't want that. Clicks, you're good to go. Next is the fuel priming procedure. So let me clean up real quick. Take these off. I'll show you how to prime the fuel system. So oil change places are going to tell you need to do this like 20 times. You don't. I do it twice. It's always worked. So you come in the cab. If you got the push button, just push the button. It'll ask ignition or accessory. Push the button a second time. All your lights will come up. Let it sit for about 30 seconds. Oh look, replace fuel filter message. 30 seconds, turn it off. Hit it 2 more times. Let it run for a bit. All right, after you do that twice, if you want to do it 3 times, you're gonna, like normal, hit your brake. Start the truck, let it idle. So on a Ram, some of you may or may not know this, you go to your cruise control, turn your cruise control on, hit set, and then hit resume. Truck will high idle on its own. If you want to turn the high idle off, all you got to do is hit cancel. So we'll go through our menu, use the controls on the left side of the steering wheel, right here. Push the down arrow. Vehicle info. Fuel filter life. And then you're going to hold this button. Go to the down arrow, hit OK. Down arrow OK. Hit the right button to confirm. Might need to do it with the truck off. Sorry, I've run Ram 5500s for the last 4 years, and in the commercial vehicle setting, there's some differences that you can do that you can't do on a normal. Y'all bear with me, and we're going to learn together. I don't know why it's not reset. There it goes. Just being a little picky. And you can see as I'm almost due for an oil change, that's coming up next. And that's all there really is to doing a fuel filter change on a diesel. I had a 2012. It was the exact same other than the filter life change. My 2018 5500, the 2021 5500 I ran were the exact same fuel process. The dash was the only difference. Those were a commercial vehicle, so cabin chassis, their settings are a little different. As far as tools required, 1 1/8" socket, ratchet, some filter pliers, slip joint pliers, some rags, gloves if you don't want to get your hands nasty and smell like diesel, drain pan is for the fuel, and dispose of your trash. But that's it. Thanks to Doc's Diesel for good filter prices. They ain't paying for none of these videos. Just doing this to help people learn. Throwing them up on my YouTube. They're going to be on my business Instagram and probably my business Facebook as well. So if you need fencing in East Texas or anything with tractor work, hit me up. Arrowhead Tractor Work, that's my business. And as I maintain my tractors, shredders, and other agriculture equipment and do some more maintenance on this truck, I'm going to be showing that as well so other business owners can learn how to save their money and keep it in their pocket and not give it to people when you're starting out. That is the hardest part, to keep it as much profit as you can in your pocket and not having to pay $300-400 for filters or maintenance when it's something you go spend maybe $100 in tools, get it done, and save you tremendous over the time that you're going to have to do them. 10,000 miles, 15,000 miles on a filter interval does not take long to get. So a $100 investment for tools will save you over and over. Thanks for watching.